Firefighters are called to a house fire in Nesquehoning at the start of our late winter storm. Plus, a local restaurant loses a roof to Stella. But we begin tonight with emergency services taking on the storm. This is the Valley Report. I'm Marie Johns. The roads were in no condition for anyone to be driving, but if you work at a hospital or in emergency services, you have to get out. News 13's Ben Stemrick was out in this nasty weather today to find out how emergency responders operate in these blizzard-like conditions. Ben?
That's right, Marie. As fast as the roads were plowed, they were covered again. But our firefighters, our police, and our EMS, they were out there anyway.
Today in Carbon County, the roads are empty and most businesses are closed. But the men and women that run our emergency services did not get the day off.
We had over 40 employees stay overnight. So they were here for their shift this morning. So right now we're fully staffed and we're fully operational as a hospital.
They also had to be sure to have enough supplies.
We also met with our department directors just to go through everything to make sure we have enough food, linen, medications, supplies, everything our patients will need.
It's not just hospitals that started preparing yesterday.
Yeah, we started manning the station already at 7 p.m. last night just to speed things up so we don't have to worry about traveling ourselves to get to the station to respond to emergency incidents.
Although you may be hesitant to drive on the roads in this weather, emergency services are not. So if you need them, call them.
Don't hesitate to call. I mean, that's what we're there for, and let us decide, you know, if it's truly an emergency or not.
Now, if you do have to drive somewhere, remember to charge your cell phone, bring some water, some food, and a blanket, just because you never know what's going to happen out there. Live from outside a TV 13 studio, I'm Ben Stemrick. Back to you, Marie.
All right, thank you, Ben. Well, an early morning fire during the monstrous winter storm creates a tricky challenge for fire crews. Firefighters were called to High Street this morning just after 1 a.m. for the house fire. News 13's Ashley Dyer was at the scene and joins us now with more. Ashley.
Marie, the fire started in one home but quickly spread to 2 others. Officials say battling a fire in blizzard-like conditions is an extremely difficult task.
I was in the living room and I heard a bang. I thought someone was trying to get in. And I went to the back. I could smell the smoke. The flames were shooting out the windows and up through the top of the roof.
Multiple crews responded to the house fire while others waited on standby.
It snowed continually throughout the morning that we were there. We've had some setbacks of the homes. There was 3 homes that were involved with the fire. TTL utilities prevented us from setting up our ladder truck, so we had to go to an exterior attack and do everything from the ground and off of ladders.
Officials tell us 2 people were home at the time of the fire, but no one was injured. Patty Kazakowski watched the blaze from just a few homes away.
It's only like the one fire plug here, and then they had the trucks down on Railroad Street and they were coming up Merman. But they kept it under control, I mean, as best as they could.
Onlookers say they could tell the severe weather created quite the challenge for firefighters.
Any type of weather like this, weather event, is very difficult to fight fires, and certainly we would urge our residents and the people in Carbon County to be proactive and make sure that they have working smoke detectors.
As for the condition of the homes, Nesquehoning Fire Chief John McArdle says he hasn't been able to determine if all of them are a total loss.
We always ask, and it's really important at this point, if someone has a fire hydrant out in front of their property, if they would just take the extra time and just shovel around the fire hydrant, it certainly makes our job a lot easier.
The cause of the fire is still undetermined. McArdle tells us they're investigating. Ashley Dyer, News 13, Marie.
All right, thank you, Ashley. Travel restrictions were put in place ahead of today's storm to help PennDOT and Turnpike crews get optimal access to highways. The speed limits are reduced to 45 miles per hour on the Turnpike and other interstates in our area. Officials also banned tandem truck trailers, empty trailers, and some other vehicles altogether.
My guess, I'm probably going to be sitting here probably most of the day. I'm probably not going to be moving. So, lost hours, but better be safe than sorry.
Both PennDOT and the Turnpike have mobile apps available for download so drivers can stay up to date on the latest travel alerts. Well, the snow proved to be too much for a Jim Thorpe Eatery's outside covered seating area. The canopy over the deck at Molly McGuire's Pub collapsed around 8:45 this morning. The owners have already contacted their insurance company about the damage.
Since this has happened this morning, I have had hundreds of people from this community reach out asking if they can assist the family in any way. The outpouring of gratitude from this community has been so appreciated by my family. I can't say enough about our customers, our friends, our staff. Everybody just wants to help to get the deck reopened.
The restaurant itself does not have any damage. The eatery is expected to reopen tomorrow after being closed for today's snowfall. Snow removal began for many before the flakes stopped falling, and some people we came across cleaning up say they weren't surprised by the March snowfall.
We always get a big one. There's always one, yeah. Always comes in March. My son was born in March, so when I was 9 months pregnant, we had a big one.
When we caught up with Cheryl's husband, Rusty, he sort of looked like a human icicle.
Every year I try to help all the neighbors out. I'm about the only, me and Tommy, the undertaker, always takes care of pretty much everybody around here. Basically, I always do Franklin Street.
Doctors are sharing some tips to avoid injuries while out cleaning up. They suggest using an ergonomic shovel and taking smaller scoops of snow, as well as taking frequent rests to avoid back strain.
Go inside for 4 or 5 minutes, sit down, flex your back in a sitting position as compared to an extended position when you're standing. And that change in position, get off your feet, should make all the difference in the world and allow your back muscles and shoulder muscles to recover.
Higgins also reminds everyone to take smaller steps when walking on ice and snow to avoid slipping. Well, Stella has made her mark. Meteorologist Dave Allen is here with our first look at the forecast.
That's right. With all of the mild weather we have seen, I think it was time for Mother Nature to say, all right, this is it. It's your turn. Well, although the snow totals weren't as extreme as we saw up in the Poconos, this storm did pack quite a punch with its snowfall rates. Just as quick as it arrived, it was quick to leave, and now we have to deal with the drifting and the shoveling. Winter is back, and Carl and I will be back with the details coming up in just a few. Marie.
All right, thanks, Dave. Coming up on the Valley Report. Northern Lehigh schools have a new teacher's contract. Plus, a trip to the theater this week can help you get over the winter blues. The Northern Lehigh School Board got a lot of work done before the snowstorm rolled in. They approved a new 4-year teacher's contract, among other work, last night. School officials say they began working on the contract in January. They were happy to be able to come to an agreement so soon.
Both sides came into this with the expectation and assumption that we were going to work on this together. Let's not look at it from just my point of view and get the most that we can. Let's try figuring out what would be best for the school district as a whole. And since both parties came into that with that attitude, it really made things much simpler from the beginning.
In other district news, the superintendent, Michael Michaels, is retiring.
He has done so much for our community as well as our school board, and we will miss him.
The superintendent will retire on June 30th after 9 years with the district. The school board also voted last night to accept the resignation of board vice president Edward Hartman. The Northern Lehigh Little Theater is bringing a Disney classic to life this week. We caught a sneak peek of their rehearsal of Beauty and the Beast last night. The students have been working on their vocals since October.
I am beyond excited to see what these kids have put together with their heart and soul and what Mr. Shuey has put on the stage. It's amazing.
You can see Beauty and the Beast at the Northern Lehigh Middle School Thursday through Sunday. The Tamaqua Area Drama Club is also getting ready for its weekend show. The students are putting on Dracula.
It's pretty dark. It's like a dark romance. It's different from what you'll see most spring musicals from a school doing, so it's a big step forward in our repertoire, and it's pretty cool to see.
I don't think anybody can expect what's going to happen. I think it's very, it's definitely the hardest undertaking we've ever gone through as a club. It's been a lot of work, a lot of long hours, but in the end, you'll see when we come together on stage, it's all worth it.
You can see the play Friday and Saturday nights at 7, as well as Saturday afternoon at 1 in the Tamaqua Area School District Auditorium. Still ahead on the Valley Report. As you dig out, remember, spring is coming. We'll show you some beautiful nature scenes in a local photography show. Plus, a Jim Thorpe Olympian announces his college intentions. That's coming up a little later in sports. And tonight on the Live Night Report at 10, what else could we possibly talk about today? We'll have the latest on Storm Stella. More tonight on the Night Report at 10 and 11.
Weather is brought to you by
Country Junction Event Center on Interchange Road in Lehighton. Grab some friends and start a Nerf battle at our indoor Nerf arena. Or see if you have what it takes to get out of one of our escape rooms. Visit countryjunction.com for more details. Don't miss the Easter Eggstravaganza, April 8th, 9th, and 15th, with free egg hunts, bunny pictures, and tons of family fun.
Wrapping up the day, joining you outside live from our TV 13 studios, perched at about 1,100 feet here in southern Carbon County, about, maybe 3 or so miles visually from the Blue Mountain, where the measurable snow ended rather quickly this afternoon, but now we're left with clearing skies and a cold, gusty wind that will take temperatures down much colder tonight than last night and refreeze all the slush that is left on the ground. Lots of cleanup already taking place, but many, many hazards out there on the roadways. Very narrow openings, narrow channels to drive through. Very tall piles of snow when you come to certain intersections, especially in all of our small towns, where just where to put the snow becomes a problem. So the cleanup is complete here at TV 13, and again, getting to it before it refreezes is very important. Now, we do have much colder temperatures moving in tonight and for the day on Wednesday, so there's going to be no immediate goodbye to this newly fallen snow here in March. A memorable storm it's been, and for a little more information on what to expect as we move forward into another March weekend, I'll send it inside to meteorologist Dave Allen. Dave.
That's right, Carl. Things are wrapping up over here. Look at this. Clearing. Can you believe that? And we actually can see some peaks of blue sky out there between the clouds. But don't be fooled. We may see some stray snow showers later tonight, but the bulk of this is done, and now the cleanup begins. Let's look at this from a national standpoint. Major nor'easter really winding up, moving out, and in its wake we have plenty of cold air. Look at this. We do have some lake effect snow showers making their way all the way down into the south. That's how powerful the storm is. Now, this cold air is coming our way, and we are looking at winds from the north-northwest at about 15 to 20 miles per hour, gusting to about 30. It is going to be cold. And our snow map, this could not have been done without the help of you guys out there. Thank you so much for all your snow total reports. We were looking anywhere from 26 to 30 inches plus all the way up in Honesdale in northern Wayne County. But as far as the valley goes, we were only looking at a split total here across Carbon County, 18 to 22 in the north and only 14 to 20 in the south. Still really impressive though for a March storm, and this cold air is going to stick around, so the snow is not going to go anywhere. With these temperatures, look at this, 22 in Tamaqua, 25 in Lehighton, Allentown 30, and they're only going to get lower. Everybody should be seeing the teens tonight, and we will be dealing with a wind chill. Buffalo 5, Pittsburgh 5, these single digits will be coming into the area, and they'll be persisting through the morning hours. And tomorrow, more of a westerly direction with the wind, but we will still see some substantial drifting tonight into tomorrow and perhaps tomorrow afternoon before those winds really start to subside. So let's recap here. Evening, 30, dropping down to about 25. Well, we're already in the 20s already. Blowing snow, drifting, blustery, maybe a snow shower. Highly unlikely, but we can't rule it out. Now, for our 7-day, once we get past tomorrow, this cold air is going to stick with us for the rest of the week. Lows in the teens by Friday, 35 degrees. I'll take it with a low of 28. And by Saturday, we're watching another system that could bring a little bit of snow, sleet, rain. Not much, but we'll keep our eye on it.
All right, so the mild winter's over now.
Yeah, the mild winter is over and we're back to real winter.
All right, thanks, Steve. Well, the Zombies Odyssey and Oracle 50th Anniversary Tour is coming to Jim Thorpe. The Zombies were one of the first British invasion groups to top the U.S. singles charts. The Spring 2017 tour is stopping at Penn's Peak Saturday night. It includes the final full album performances of Odyssey and Oracle, reuniting all 4 surviving members of the group, along with the current Zombies lineup. News 13 is giving you a chance to see the show. Just be the 13th caller to our studio right now to win. This contest is for the 530 Valley Report only. Good luck. Time now for sports. Bob Capasso is in with a possible change for the Indians.
Possible is the kind of the buzzword there. A new coach, maybe not. A possible change at Lehighton is coming up. Plus, he will be very busy at his new school next year. An Olympian becomes a Greyhound next in sports.
For breaking news at your fingertips, follow us on Twitter or like us on Facebook.
Sports is brought to you by
Mahoning Valley Orthopedics, your local orthopedic surgeons for 25 years, now offering our newly accredited open MRI scanner in Lehighton and additional satellite offices in Palmerton, Tamaqua, and now Kresgeville to serve you. Call toll-free at 877-377-0040.
It will be a rare feat, but he is just the right guy to do it. Not just one, but 2 sports, plus a difficult major in college. Jim Thorpe's Derek Scott has signed to further his academic and athletic careers at Moravian College. Derek was an offensive guard, number 74 there, and a defensive tackle set to compete in both football and track and field while carrying a physics and mechanical engineering major.
Well, I'm pretty excited about signing Moravian. They seem like a pretty good fit for me. Yeah. I've been on campus many times, about 4 or 5, and I really like it there, and it's a good fit. They have a really good 4-1 program with engineering, where I can go 4 years there for physics, and then 1.5 year to 2 years for mechanical engineering for my master's at Lehigh. They have a really good program for that.
It will be a busy time for him, but all are confident he can handle it.
He'll do outstanding. He has a great ability to manage his time very well, which will be crucial playing 2 sports and also being on top of your academics for an engineering school. So I think Derek will do fine now.
An accomplishment for Derek throughout his hard work over the past 4 years within track and field, as well as football. I had the pleasure of working with Derek as an assistant football coach and his head track and field coach, and he's the epitome of dedication and hard work to the program, always trying to better himself and help out his teammates, which led to him earning this achievement.
While Division III does not give athletic scholarships, Derek has earned a presidential academic scholarship.
Just say thanks to all my coaches and all my teachers that got me here. Without them, I don't know where I would be without them. It's just a great experience here at Jim Thorpe, and hopefully even better at Moravian, who knows.
Yeah, we're excited. You know, Derek's an outstanding young man with high character. Very proud of him, how hard he worked here at the school as a student athlete, and what a great college he's going to in Moravian.
Well, Lehighton may have a new boys basketball coach next year, but maybe they won't. The school has announced that it has opened its varsity boys basketball head coaching job, but that does not necessarily mean that Rich Ortner will not return. Ortner says that the Lehighton opening up the job came as a shock to him. He also added that he originally was not going to reapply after the job was pronounced vacant, but after what he said was an overwhelming move by Indian parents and players, that he changed his mind and has sent in his resume. Ortner has coached the last 6 years at Lehighton and has a record of 73 and 67. With the snow, obviously everything has been postponed for tonight, but the PIAA has also moved everything out of tomorrow as well. That means Northampton's girls basketball state second round game has been pushed all the way until Thursday. That will begin a compressed schedule Thursday. The kids will face District 1 champ Abington at Souderton at 7:30. The AA state swim meet was also supposed to begin today. That's been pushed back to Thursday. That will have a compressed schedule for both AA and AAA. The diving competition has been moved all the way to March 25th and 26th. The new swim schedule just released will have all events as timed finals instead of prelims and finals. AA will go this Thursday and Friday. AAA will now be Saturday and Sunday at Bucknell. So the PIAA doing a lot of moving and shifting, and a lot of those basketball games you had to move to different sites, so that was difficult as well.
Not easy to schedule.
No, not at all.
Thanks, Bob. Finally, tonight, Mother Nature has blanketed the great outdoors, but you can still see nature in photographs. The Lehigh Gap Nature Center has turned into a gallery. The public is welcome to come check out this year's entries in the 4th annual photography show and vote for their favorite.
This has been open to the public. Anybody could submit photography. We've had this year a lot of people who hadn't done this before. And some really lovely photography this year. It was really hard. We got 154 entries. We had to cut it down to 90, and it was tough.
You can see the photos this week during normal business hours at the Lehigh Gap Nature Center. The public is also invited to Sunday's artist reception at 3 p.m. And that is the Valley Report for tonight. For Bob and Dave and the rest of the news team, I'm Marie Johns. Have a great night. Be sure to join us again tonight at 10 for the live night report.